Hi, you all. This is Nicole Brown coming to you with the prophetic word for July 2018. Um, Today, it's the word is coming from Isaiah 66. It's going to be verses 2 through 3 and verses 9 through 15. So I'm going to start off with Isaiah 66, verse 2 through 3. The part where it says, I will bless those who have humble and contrite hearts, who tremble at my word. But those who choose their own ways, delighting in their detestable sins, will not have their offerings accepted. I'm going to stop right there. And I feel like God is saying, if you have not learned by now who is in control of your life, who is really running the show, and who makes the way for you to be able to prosper and to succeed, then you're sinning against God every day, because you should know by now that without Him, you wouldn't be where you are today. And some of us might be facing situations where everything is not okay, but you know, if you deeply look at the situation that you're facing, you will see that it's not as bad as the way things used to be. Because I don't know about you, but I faced a time where things were much worse. The pressure was up much worse than what it is now. And right now I'm in a season where I am experiencing the peace and the calmness that God has called us to be able to reap. And I thank God for it. And when you do not recognize that you're sinning against God, and like some of the sins that we do is we fear when God is telling us not to fear. We're discouraged when God is telling us not to be discouraged. We're dismayed when He's telling us not to be dismayed. On and so forth. It's countable things that He tells us not to do on a daily basis, yet we still choose to do what we see fit and to follow the way that we feel that things should be. When we do those things, we sin against God. And some of us are wondering why we have not yet received our peace and why we are not yet calm. Well, it's simply because you have not fully submitted to God, and you're not following the things that He have told you countless amount of times that you need to begin to do. We have to put our trust in Him now. We're coming to a point now where we can't have our trust in nothing else that is not Him, because He's the only one who can make things right, who can fully close up these wounds that are profusely bleeding. We need Him. He's the answer to our issues and the things that we're facing today. And in Isaiah 66, verse 9 through 15, He says, would I ever bring this nation to the point of birth and then not deliver it? So you ask yourself, would God have brought you to this place if He did not have a way to deliver you? Would God have called you to a certain area if He would not allow you to be able to walk in it? Will God have anointed you for your purpose and not allow you to be able to stand and take up your bed and walk? No, God doesn't operate in that way. He doesn't operate in that way, and you can search and you can look all over. Sometimes you might face a situation where you feel like, He's not there, or He doesn't hear you, or He's not listening to you. He hears you. He's listening to you. Everything that's in your heart, He knows. He knows your desires, and He has it. The moment where we actually take our thoughts and our mind off of what we can do and allow Him to step in and to do and to have His will in our lives, that's when we will prosper. That's when we will continue to have peace, and that's when calmness will be on the scene. But if we go against anything that goes against what God has ordered us to do and commanded for us to do, we won't succeed, and there won't be peace in anything that your hand touches. I promise you, it won't be. So we have to get to a point to where we don't allow our situations to overcome us. we actually overcome it. How do we overcome it? By trusting and knowing that God is with us and that he will do exactly as his word says. Okay, so as we continue to read, it says, rejoice with Jerusalem, be glad with her, all you who love her and all you who mourn for her. Drink deeply of her glory, even as an infant drinks at its mother's comforting breast. This is what the Lord says. I will give Jerusalem a river of peace and prosperity. The wealth of the nations will flow to her. Her children will be nursed at her breast, carried in her arms, and held on her lap. I will comfort you there in Jerusalem as a mother comforts her child. When you see these things, your heart will rejoice. You will flourish like the grass. Everyone will see the Lord's hand of blessing on his servants and his anger against his enemies. See, the Lord's is coming with fire, and his sword chariots roar like a whirlwind. So those who are following and obeying all that God commands, these are the ones who shall be blessed. You know, these are the ones who are going to prosper in everything that they set out for. Because when you keep your mind and your thoughts centered on God, you don't have to go out there and hunt for the things that you're asking God for. They will flow to you. They will come to you because you have Jesus in the center of it all. You're not trying to do these things on your own. Your attention, your mind, your focus, everything within you is in him and on him. You're concentrating on letting him do what he does best, which is be God and take over matters that we can't handle. And by you doing that, following his commandments, not fearing, not being terrified of everything that is popping up in your life, because you know God has to come through. He can't lie. It's in his word. He won't speak a thing and not watch it come forth. He tells you the words he speaks cannot come back to him void. It doesn't matter how long it takes to prosper. It's coming. It's coming. No matter how long it takes, it's coming. Nothing can hinder it. Nothing can stop it. And he also gave me Psalms 112. But the verse in Psalms 112, the verses in Psalms 112 that really stick out to me is verse 7 and 8. It says, they do not fear when bad news comes. They confidently trust the Lord to care for them. They are confident and fearless and can face their foes triumphantly. Meaning, anything that tries to form against them, any person that tries to overtake them, any bill, any sickness, anything that comes up against them in their lives, they are standing firm in confidence, knowing that if God said it, it is so. If God says he is there, they are confident knowing that he is there in the center of everything they are facing. They have no fear. They know that the need will be met. They know that the sickness will be healed. They are not afraid of the terrors by night, nor the arrows by day. They are standing, trusting that God's hand will come through. And I feel so strongly that that is how he wants us to be today. It's time for us to not only speak with our mouths the things that God is doing and that he is going to do, but to know and to trust and to believe and have faith that God will come through. No matter how long it takes, believe it, stand on it, fear not, like your father tells you not to do. Be discouraged not, don't fall into depression. Stand knowing that God can't lie. So many of us today, we are being overtaken by issues that you know you cannot fix it alone. So with that being said, trust God in the matter. Keep him in the center of it all and watch and see how it dismantles. It can't stand in the sight of God. You know, God had told me the other day, and it's coming to me again. He told me, he said, when you look to the Lord and acknowledge him in all things, he becomes a fortress around you. And all that is incensed against you must flee. So that means whatever is forming against you and trying to bring you down and trying to tear you down, because God is there, it can't stand. So with that being said, we being a people in Christ Jesus need to trust him. And we need to know that we know that we know that he is in control. And that is enough. That's all we need. We don't need to keep trying to figure out how we're going to do this, how we're going to do that. Trust God in the matter. Give God an opportunity to show you who he is. A lot of us speak from our mouths that we know who he is. But when it comes down to the situations we face, do we? Because our actions show otherwise. God is giving me another verse, Isaiah 48, verse 18. It says, oh, that you had listened to my commands. Then you would have peace flowing like a gentle river and righteousness rolling over you like the waves in the sea. Oh, if we would listen to him, our paths would go smoothly. Oh, if we would heed his voice and do what he is telling us to do, all would be well. The sooner we could get past these problems that keep following us, the sooner that we let go and let God handle the matter, it can be overcome and overtaken and out of our lives and not picked up again, because what this problem has caused to us, we're not going to allow it to overtake us anymore, because we're equipped and we know now what it takes to lead to the things that we ended up entangled in and what it takes to come out of the things that we were entangled in. Trust God. You all have a blessed day. I pray that this message has helped someone. Have a good day.